Okay, say I'm live streaming now. It should be pulling up in a minute. Okay. Why is this buffering? I don't know if I'm up or not. Look like it's buffering. Can anybody in chat y'all hear me or see me? Cause I got the white circle of death going on my end, so I don't know if y'all can hear me or see me. I don't see no drop frames, so okay. Tara says she's seeing him. Why is my thing over here doing the circle of death? Then hold on. Let me refresh and see what goes on. Cause I got the circle of death going on my end. It, you know what? I think I know what might be going on. I think I know what might be going on because I think my computer is updating over here, so that's probably why it's doing that. Well, let me check my phone real quick. Hold on. Y'all saying y'all see me? Hold on. And I think I know what's going on too. Yep, I think it's doing that because that computer right there is it's updating. So yeah, that's probably why I can't see everything that's going on, but I can see y'all over here. All right, what's going on, everybody? Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever you're watching my content, as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Thank you for the birthday shout outs. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every last one of y'all. Thank you for the people who have been hitting that cash out. Y'all been showing much love to your boy. I really appreciate that. But we ain't got to stop. They go to cash out right there on the screen. $ BIGCDT. Hey, you can throw in $1. That adds on to it. I'm not asking for much. Everybody throw in $1. Throw in $1. Say happy birthday for your boy. $1. Got $1. Throw $1 up in there. Terry G, I believe you was one of them that donated. Thank you so much, dear. Thank you so much for that. Much love to you. It's quite a few y'all that hit out driving to work late night. I just kept hearing ching ching. I said, oh shit, nah, that's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. All right, guys. So here we are with part 2 with the CPS Child Protective Service versus the world. And I don't know if everybody's gonna make it tonight because I just got a email from one of the guests. They say they're probably not gonna make it tonight. I guess they got some things going on, but you know, it's all good. It's all good. But we do have a guest up here right now. And I'm gonna let her tell her story. And my computer is running slow right now. Why is it doing that? All right. Let me remove this baby right here. And yeah, my computer moving real slow right now. Let me bring this up right here. All right, let me cut my camera off. Let me bring you up right here. All right, Monique, if you can hear me, dear, unmute yourself.
Hey.
Hey, what's going on? Good evening. How you doing, dear? How you doing?
I'm all right.
All right, all right. So, um, you want to share your story because you say you had a dealings with the Child Protective Services or whatnot, and you found me and you said you want to share your story. So, talk to us, ladies and gentlemen. This is Monique Thomas, and
Hi,
I let her see
everybody.
the first one that I did because she was kind of skeptical about doing the show at first. But once I showed her the first one that I did, she like, all right, cool, I'll do it with you. So here we are tonight. Happy Valentine's Day to you. So talk to her. What's going on with you in the CPS?
I was also a I was in the child test service myself. So
Also, you were raised up in a foster system.
yes.
I'll talk about it. How was it for
Uh,
you? You know, because like I said, it don't necessarily be a bad thing. If you had a good experience, tell all you feel like sharing. You know, go ahead, dear.
my mama had an abusive boyfriend, which
Oh
me and
wow.
my
Oh
yeah.
wow.
So me and my sister and brother got taken from her, and they placed us in DCFS, which I'm from Illinois, so
Okay.
ours is DCFS. So they placed me and my sister and brother in DCFS,
Mhm.
which my sister and brother left, and so I started acting out because I ain't had nobody. So I was
Mhm.
just by myself.
Mhm.
So they put me in, hospital. They put me on medication.
Mm.
Yeah. So then they transferred me from there. I was in a group home
Mhm.
for teen girls. I ran away because I still was in contact with my mom, so I knew who my mom was.
Gotcha.
So I ran to her, and they was looking for me. And in the process, I ended up getting pregnant.
Mhm.
So when I got pregnant, I went back to the group home and they placed me somewhere else. By this time, I had her when I was 18.
Mhm.
No, I got pregnant when I was 18. I had her when I was 19. So I was placed in this transitional living program that was in Bellwood, Illinois. And it was a situation where I asked one of the roommates, because we didn't have washing and drying in the facility, it was across the street.
Mhm.
So I asked one of the girls to watch her while I go across the street. When I
Okay.
came back, the girl said that she swallowed some plastic. So the
Wait, wait,
staff
wait,
said,
wait. Who swallowed plastic? Who swallowed plastic?
my my daughter.
Oh wow. Okay. Okay.
So the staff said take her to the hospital just to make sure that she was okay or whatever. Because they'll say that you neglect if you don't take her. So I took her. The doctors, they did the little x-rays on her stomach or whatever. They didn't find
Mhm.
nothing. The doctor, I said the beds in the hospital, they made of like cages to me. So the doctor put her back in the baby bed, but he didn't check to see if the bed was secure. So she fell out the bed, but by the time I tried to catch her, it was too late.
Mhm.
And I was scared, so I went back to the transitional program, and she was like crawling, but she wasn't. It's like something was hurting on her.
Mhm.
So when I took her back to the emergency room, they said I did it, but it was impossible for me to do it because the bed that she had at the group home, the place that I was staying at, it was impossible. Like you had to unscrew the beds and we had carpet,
Mhm.
so it was impossible for her to fall there. Like she fell out the hospital bed. So at that time, they took her.
Mm. Mm.
So I went through a worse fast. Like I wanted to harm myself. I wanted to kill myself because I feel like that was some BS. So I was going back and forth to court. They said they put in their report that I did it, that I broke her leg. That was in the report.
Oh, let me ask you this. So when they put it on you, I'm pretty much sure you asked them like, how y'all putting this on me. What was their response to you when you asked them how they putting it on you, or why are they putting it on you? Should I
Because
say?
they said it didn't sound right the way that I was telling them that
So
she
basically, they
felt.
didn't believe your story. They didn't believe your story you told.
Basically.
Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
So when I was going back and forth to court, they put it in the report, and I asked the lawyer that I had, but I already knew they was working together. So
Mm-hmm.
it was. So I'm asking them like, why is this in the report that y'all making it look like I harmed my own child and I didn't do that? He said it doesn't matter where she fell at, she fell. Okay,
Really?
yeah.
Mm. Okay.
So back. So I'm going back and forth, back and forth. I think then when it was towards that they tried to go back when I was 15 to me being on medication, and the judge just told them that don't have nothing to do with the case.
Hold on, did you just say they went back to you was 15 years old?
Yeah, they tried to go back from when I was 15. They saying that I supposed to take medication, and I'm not on medication.
Okay. The reason I'm asking because I had a guest on the show, and I hope she pop up tonight. And I had a guest on the show. Name is Classy, and she did say that's one of the things they would do. They would go way back on you to your younger years and try to hold stuff like that against you. Mm-hmm. So you just pretty much just said that they went way back to you were 15 years old.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. I hope Miss Classy show up. As a matter of fact, I'm gonna see if I could text her, see can I get her to show up, because she make it help you out with what's going on here. But go ahead, dear. Go ahead, keep on talking.
So I kept going back and forth to court, and I had visitations because I haven't seen her at this point, and they said her leg was broke. So I'm like, okay, her leg broke. So when I did see her, they had some type of thing wrapped around her leg, and I'm like, if her leg was broke, why y'all got this bandage thing around her leg and she's walking?
Mm-hmm.
And it's not making no sense to me. And the lady, the people at the group home, they went with me. So the lady was like, yeah, they trying to, cause I was, in the system. I feel like they played it against me because I was took it for my mom.
Mm-hmm.
I was in the system and I was on medication.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm on disability. Like they feel like I couldn't. I don't know. I feel like they feel like I couldn't take care of my daughter, so they try to put the blame on me, like I did something terrible to my daughter.
Okay, hold on before you go on further. Black Rose, I see in the back there. Let me give her a chance to at least get halfway to a story. Then I will bring you on and let you speak, because I know you're on a different time zone. You out there in Australia, so Monique, I'm gonna let you at least get halfway through the story. I want you to keep your mark where the halfway point is. I want to let Black Rose come in and speak her side, because I don't know how much time she got. And like I said, we on different time zones out there. She way out there in Australia. And I would love to hear what's going on with her. Then when I get through with her, then we're going to continue back to you. So go ahead.
Okay.
Go ahead.
And that's how I felt like that. So when I just...
You said the child leg was broke.
Yeah, it was that's what they said. It was broken. That was what they put in the report. But when I seen her, it was something like a bandage wrapped around her leg, and she was walking. So I didn't understand how y'all said y'all put it in y'all report that her leg was broken.
Mm-hmm.
And I see her, and it's something wrapped around her leg. So is her leg broken or is fractured? Which one? I don't understand.
Mm-hmm.
And I kept asking the lawyer, but like I said, he wasn't for me. He was for them. So they was working together. So he was just trying to get his little money or whatever the case might be. But they wasn't working for me.
Which a lot of them does. So did they ever tell you what was supposed to be broken or what's supposed to be fractured? What was the outcome of that situation? Did they ever tell you?
No, they never told me, because I kept asking, and then I asked one of the workers to ask for me, like to talk up for me, because sometimes my anger get the best of me, and I say stuff that I don't need to say.
I'm glad you said it. Let me ask you this, because I've heard people say this too. They said like when you show anger and when you show emotions towards them and whatnot, they use that against you as well. They start treating you a little funky. Is that true?
Yes.
So when you were showing your anger towards them about things they was doing, how they start treating you then when you did that?
They start, like the person that was bringing my daughter for the visit, she kept going back to the workers saying that she's getting her daughter back. And the person that was a guardianship over my daughter is like, we had a meeting. She just busted in the room. Like, we trying to terminate her rights. We don't We think she needs to be adopted. I don't think she's fit to have her daughter. So
They
they
saying
were
this
just
about you. They saying this about
yeah.
you. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Okay. Wow. Wow.
Well, I fought the case for a little while.
Mm-hmm.
I want to say I fought till I was probably 23.
And what happened then?
I got pregnant with my son, and they told me either sign my rights over or they was gonna take my son.
So you didn't have a problem with the son. Nothing happened with the son or anything.
Something happened with the son as well, but they told me in order to keep him at the time, because at the time my daughter was 3 when I had him. She was 3 years old. So, and I was coming court with him, and I was still fighting the case. And like towards the end, they told the lawyer told me like it's either you sign your rights over or we gonna take him too.
So what's supposed to happen to the boy? The reason they saying you need to give up your rights, it's about him. Or what happened to him?
I left Chicago.
Okay.
And I moved to Birmingham, Alabama.
Okay.
At the time, I was having trouble finding me a place like to live. So I was in a shelter, and I was filling out different applications for low income so we have a roof over our head. So he was hyperactive, and I got him evaluated, so he was on medication, and he was very hyper. So he would like run through the shelter and stuff like that. So they called on me, but I was gone already. I had staying in a hotel, and the workers, they told me to meet them at the place. So I did. I wasn't like I was doing anything. So I did, and she asked me, "Do I have anybody to take him?" And she was like, "We could take him until you get yourself together." So I asked them,
So
"Could they take?"
this the protective service saying this to you?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I said, "Okay, fine." I said, "So once I get my place, can I get my son back?" They said, "Yes, you do everything that you asked to do. Yeah, you could get your son back."
And what was everything they say you had to do?
I had to do parenting classes. I had
Okay.
to do a drug test every month. It was color, so I think my color was black. So I had to call every month, and I had to go up there and take a P test for my drug test. So I did, and I did the parenting class. I completed because at the time I was in a shelter, and they had a program for me to go to, for me to complete the parenting class, in which I did that.
Oh, hold on, somebody asked me a question in the chat room. Welcome everybody in the chat room. Thank you so much. The PayPal, matter of fact, it's in the chat room right now. Look where it say Dog Paw Paranormal. That's the PayPal right there. And if you look above my head, they got my Cash App right there. You can see the $ BIGCDT for the Cash App. You could throw $1, $2 up there. You know what I'm saying? I'm simple. I'm grateful for whatever you get. Go ahead and show your boy some birthday love. And again, appreciate everybody who did show some love. But go ahead, dear. Go ahead.
So I did everything that they.
Oh, get the likes up too, y'all. Get them likes up.
So I asked them everything I did. So I got me a place. I move in. Okay. True enough, I lied because I didn't want them being my personal business. They know I was messing with a girl. So they tried to say that me and the girl put glass objects up my son's butt.
They say you and the girl did what now?
Put glass objects up his butt.
Glass objects up his butt. How the hell they come to a conclusion like that?
They said my son told them that. Now, yes, my son was talking, and he was talking very well. So he was like 4 or 5, but he didn't say that. And I'm like, my son go from wanting to be with me to somebody else. He's saying that that's his mom and she had him. I don't understand. And then the lady, she would let me call and talk to him, and then she just stopped answering the phone for me. And then when it was almost like every time it was time for me to go to court, some bull crap come up. It don't come up before it's time for me to go to court.
What the hell do I even say to that? Wow.
Y'all lying on me. Like, why y'all lying like that? Like this ain't, like this emotional, like did something to me.
So when they claim he allegedly said that, what did they do? What exactly did they do after that? He allegedly said that.
That's why I asked her, I said, did y'all take him to the doctor? She said, no, ma'am. I said, so did y'all do any rape? I said, so did y'all do any rape case on him? No, ma'am. So where do y'all get this from? I said, so if y'all believe that me and this person that's in my life right now, why am I not in jail?
I would like to think that too. Yeah. And just like somebody asked in the chat room, how would a child know glass? I mean, obviously a child knows somebody playing with a bomb, but glass objects. And see, this what I'm talking about right here. False allegations like that, according to what you're telling me, false allegations like that, it seems like it gets people in trouble versus when somebody make an allegation that's happening for real and nobody seems to get in trouble, But I'm just going by what you telling me. It's allegedly a false allegation that y'all sticking glass object up this young man's rectum.
Now my thing is, if y'all truly believe this, show me some proof.
Right.
Show me something. Y'all ain't show me no type of proof or nothing. Y'all just made some allegations.
Jesus Christ. And somebody said in the chat room, let me ask you this. Do you think probably one of the workers was coaching him into saying stuff like that?
But I could believe it.
Okay. Jesus Christ. Wow. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Monique Thomas on the line right now. She's sharing her story dealing with the CPS. And man, if y'all just was listening to what I just heard, oh wow, man. Wow. I tell you what, stay right there. Let me see, is Black still on there? Let me see, she's still there. Okay, stay right there, Monique.
Okay.
Put a pin mark right there what we talked about. And let me bring Black Roses in, because like I said, we on a different time zone, so I don't know how much time she got. So if you don't mind, let me bring her in real quick. All right?
Okay.
And just sit tight, dear. Thank you so much. Sit tight. All right. Well, how you doing, my Australian friend? How you doing?
I look really jacked up right now.
We ain't worried about that right now. You know what I'm saying? We ain't worried about that right now. We just want to hear your story. We just worry about the story. All right, so you down there in Australia. What time is it right now?
12:26 in the afternoon.
12:26 in the afternoon? Okay, 7:26 down here, so I don't know how many hours it is. I ain't good at math. But go ahead, talk to me. What you want to share with me?
Well, see, CPS in Australia it's completely different. Like, I grew up in a house that, like, I had two older brothers, and they used to beat the absolute shit out of me. Like, I mean, beat the shit out of me. And my parents allowed it. My parents would hold my arms back so I couldn't fight back to do anything to, defend myself. My brother started using ice at about, I don't know, I was about 14 years old, and the police were at my house every day. Not once did CPS come. Not once did I get interviewed. Not once did I get taken to a hospital. Not once did anybody check on me. At 14 through to 17, I was molested by his boss. Nobody did anything. It was just, nobody cared. And the reason why, because I grew up in a family that was well known, that had a name behind it, and nobody gave a shit. I can't sit here and justify CPS taking children away from parents who are doing absolutely nothing wrong. Yet there's children in danger, there's teens in danger, there's teens getting molested, they're getting raped, they're getting abused in so many ways. And what's happening?
So
There's
even
nothing
down,
happening.
so even where you at in Australia, if somebody got a name, a lot of these stories get thrown under the rug, like it ain't
Yep.
never happened. So even down in
Yep.
Australia.
Yep.
Oh wow,
And
that's fucking
that's the
amazing.
saddest thing about it. And it's still, even today, like my niece, she is with a foster family now. Thank God, they are absolutely, they're angels. I mean, absolute angels. And it took 23 phone calls and my 2-year-old niece being sold to grown men for them to do anything.
Sold.
Yes. And my own daughter, who is now 10, had to be interviewed by the head of the sexual crime division because my niece said that my daughter was involved. Yeah. I had no idea. No idea. So there's no justification in any side of it.
What happened with that with your 10-year-old? Had to talk to them. What happened with that?
It came out that I obviously took her for the interview. It was, I'm taking you. We need to find out what's going on. From what they gathered, there was no credible evidence whatsoever. Okay. But at the end of the day, credible evidence or not, if something's coming out of a child's mouth, especially one who has been sold, her pictures were found on the dark web, things like that, I find a credible witness in a child like that, not one who's being coerced into situations. Like there's a really interesting documentary on YouTube at the moment, and it was made in the 80s, and it was about psychologists who are actually coercing children into saying my mum did this and my mum did that. Whereas a child who actually has been through it, the terminology they use is very different. Very, very different. And I think a lot of people don't realize that. And you've got all these kids being taken for absolutely no reason whatsoever and coerced into this language that they don't even know. So how can they justify doing what they're doing?
So it don't sound like it's much different from the United States to overseas.
Well, Australia's a pedophile haven. It's known to be a pedophile haven. There's a group of like 75,000 people who are trying to make it that their belief is that it's the adult who is causing the pain to the child after abuse because they're putting shame on the child, so the child feels shame. There's a group of 75,000 people minimum in Australia who believe that.
So let me ask you this. Let's go back to what you said about, and thank God your daughter's okay. She is okay, right? God. She's okay, right?
Yeah.
Oh, good. Beautiful. 10 years old. Well, I can imagine. 10 years old, and just like hearing Miss Thomas, her story, your son coming there talking somebody stuck stuff up his butt. I'm like, look, kids know somebody playing with them. So, I mean, I don't get that glass stuck up your butt. I think they were hurt. Okay, yeah. They were hurt. So
there'd be physical evidence of that happening, and a child would be complaining about that. They would have to say
exactly. I know if I was shot somebody sticking glass in my ass, I'll be complaining about it. But you know,
like
wow.
I said, I had a conversation this morning. Like I've been raped in the past 10 years twice by 2 different men, and I know for a fact that that's brutal. It's brutal, and I know for a fact that myself being an adult, that I had to see a doctor because of the brutality of that. But that's what happened to a child. I'm sorry, but there would be undeniable evidence everywhere.
Thank you. That's why she said, you know, did y'all do a rape kit, anything, blood or anything? I mean, glass. Exactly. We talking about glass. We talking about glass, you know? So
there'd be physical blood dripping from his
I would like to think so, yeah. Wow.
Yeah, it doesn't make any sense. Yet you've got in Australia here, like my niece, for example, CPS was trying to do, you know, get her back with her mother and, you know, do all this. Yet instead of going back with the mother, because the mother likes to smoke ice more than she likes to shower, they sent her to the mother's sister's house, where then she got assaulted by the mother's, the brother-in-law, her uncle. She came back and she told CPS this. She had physical bruises. She had everything. Did they charge him? No. Why? Because the detective said, unless they admit it, we can't do anything. So unless the perpetrator admits that they've actually done something to a kid, they won't do shit.
Unless the perpetrator admit that they did it. So are you telling me that down there in Australia, could be possibly down here too, the kid can complain The kid can't complain. Some things going on.
Yeah.
But they won't do anything unless the perpetrator comes out and said, yes, I played with his or her bum. Yes, I sexually molested her and all this stuff. They had to come out and say that they did it.
That was told to me by the head of the child sexual assault department.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Nope. Unfortunately, that's how it is. That's why Australia is known as the pedophile haven.
Like somebody gonna really admit that though.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the thing. Like, I'm sorry, but if a child has clear signs and they've done rape kits, they've done everything that they need to do, they're not coerced into answering questions, they're not, you know, if they've come out and they've got clear-cut evidence of what happened, you charge them. You put them in general population. You let the other prisoners deal with them. You don't sit there and protect them like they're some, you know, God who is untouchable, because that's disgusting to me. It's disgusting. But we look at the government, and there's a news story out today, and in our own Parliament House, there was a girl who was raped in a Parliament House who works there, and she had to decide whether she was going to report it or keep her job. That's what we look at here.
So when you was 14 to 17, if I remember that you told me earlier, and I'm assuming you actually came out and said what happened. You said they didn't do. You said they didn't do anything. What did they say to you when you tried to report it? What exactly did they say to you?
I never reported it.
Oh wow, you didn't?
No, because I grew up with people who were beating the shit out of me, I was going to private schools. I grew up with like 24-karat gold spoons in my mouth. You know what I mean? And it just, to me, it was normal.
Oh God.
But growing up and going to therapy and trauma therapy and things like that, and realizing that, hold on, at 14 years old, having the shit beaten out of me every day, my brother's boss coming to my house and molesting me, and sitting at my dinner table with my family every night, that was normal. That was quite normal for me. And that's sad. That's so sad. I don't remember 13 before that, my childhood. Don't remember it at all.
So pretty much everybody knew what was going on. They just didn't give a shit.
Yeah. Like I've been crying today, obviously. I had a chat with my father this morning, and he basically denied everything that had happened to me. And I can't sit there and justify that, because at the end of the day, if you're an alcoholic and you're drinking that much, what do you remember? Like, I don't drink. I don't do any of that, all because of what I grew up with.
Here's what I say. I say about that a lot of time in my streams, and I'm surprised you ain't crying now. No. But that's what I say a lot of time on my stream, where parents allow stuff like that to happen. They don't give a shit about you. It's almost like to the point they hate they even got a child for that to allow that to even happen.
I've got two older brothers, and they were treated like, my eldest brother is the golden child of the family. He can't do no wrong. My middle brother's currently in jail for the third time, not on rape charges, not on child molestation charges. None of it. He's in there for going and finding his ex and beating the shit out of her. How can you justify our criminal justice system, our child protection system, when this happens? Like, it's just, I can't justify it.
So pretty much what it sounds like to me, your whole family has just been abusive, period.
Yeah, absolutely. And the older I got, I felt guilty. I felt very guilty for wanting to cut them out and things like that. And then my therapist said to me one day, he goes, you know, the person who raped you, would you sit down and say that they're a great guy, or agree with somebody when they sat with you and said he's a great guy? Absolutely not. He goes, so why do you have to justify that with your own family? I said, you're right. Like, that's a good point. Why should I have to justify it?
You know, it's amazing it's amazing you telling this story, and it's kind of tough to hear it. And I got to give you credit. You kind of brave telling this story, because a lot of people ain't just got the heart or the guts to tell this story, because it's a motherfucking ridiculous to hear this what's going on.
Hard. Like, I sleep for like 2 hours a night because I can't sleep. If I sleep, I dream trauma. It's not fun. It's something I'll live with for the rest of my life, unfortunately. But so I think getting stories out there and allowing people a voice, I think it helps a lot. And
that's what I say, and I try to make people understand that, you know, I'm not a counselor by any sort, but I open my platform for y'all to speak out.
Absolutely.
Now, just because I'm not a counselor don't mean who's somebody who may get counsel, you're not listening. You may got somebody who's listening right now who
you don't even need a degree to be a counselor. See, that's the good thing about it.
But somebody who probably can help you through this times of need or whatnot. I mean, somebody probably listen and they probably come to me like say, hey, Chris, you talked to this lady the other day, how can I get in contact with? Okay, cool. Here's her email, say reach out to her, I don't know, you seen the interview that I did with the man named Doug. Doug is he's a guy who's against human trafficking. And we talked about.
I was almost sold at 14 because of my brother's drug debt. Like,
you was almost who?
Into hiding.
You was almost who? You was almost who for 4 days? Say it again.
I was almost sold for a drug debt at 14.
You were sold for drug. You were sold for drugs.
I had to go into 14. Hiding at 14 years old because of my brother's drug debt. Yeah.
And again, I gotta say, you coming up here smiling, the eyes just shining.
What else can you do?
Hey, you smiling, my eyes just shining.
Face, trust me.
I gotta give you a salute that you got the heart to even tell this, because a lot of people, probably even man, talking about this could cause triggers.
Oh yeah, it triggers me every day. I mean, I've got 2 kids and I look at it and I'm like, thank God that I learned the lessons that I learned. And as much as it's harmed me and it's changed the way that I think and I look at the world and I look at people, it's given me the opportunity to teach these lessons to my kids. And I'm very big on, my son's 12, my daughter's 10. And I'm very big on consent with my son. I'm very big on, if you heard the word no, you stop instantly. You hear the word stop, you stop. Like, it's that simple. And I honestly think that more people need to be more aware of consent in general. It's just, I don't know, there's so much I could say, but it's just.
Well, I might need to do a part 2 with you, because you'd have been through some stuff there, and it's a lot
and
of y'all.
Continuing.
And it's a lot of y'all, even like I said, even the men, because me and Doug, we talked about the men in human trafficking. He said, I forget exactly what place he named, but he was like, men do get trafficked, and it's a place where it's a higher percentage of that. But by us being men, we're ashamed to talk about it. So I would like to hear more men talk about situations like this, but us being men, we hide and we don't like to show this because the way we're going to be judged. Yeah.
And it shouldn't be a stigma. There should be no stigma around a woman beating a man. A man beating a woman, a man being raped, molested, a child, a boy. It should be no stigma. Whether you are a man or a woman, you're being abused. It is that simple. And there's no shame in something that you did not cause, because you did not cause yourself to be abused. And that's something that I've taken. It's taken me years to actually believe that, because it was my fault. It was, I deserved this. It was, all of the negatives that came with it.
You said that earlier. I mean, you said that earlier, you said you feel like it was your fault. So I had to ask you, as the person that you are today, how was you able to break yourself from that cycle and free yourself, say, this wasn't my fault, this is all their fault? How did you cope with that? How did you break yourself from that?
It took me years, literally, like in the past 12 months, it's taken me to believe that, like, I've had therapists and things like that who have been fantastic, but I think it comes with an awakening within yourself. As I say, my faith has gone in and out like you would not believe. Like, I've hated God to the point of cursing him out. And there's days where I'm literally crying and begging him just to take pain away. But I think it comes to self-realization that as a person, we're worth more. We're not worth shit on the ground. We're not worth, the absolute worst of the worst. We're not worth that. We were not brought on this earth to be that. We're worth more than that. And I think as a mum myself, because I'm a single parent, and I look at my kids and I'm like, you know what? No, it wasn't my fault, because if somebody was to hurt my kids, I'd kill them. I would kill them. I don't care who you are. You touch my kids and I will kill you. And if it comes down to the fact of, I need to believe that to show my daughter that she needs to believe that, that's all it took.
Got you. I guess the last question I'll ask you for now, unless you want to stay on, I can come back to you later. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, but I would like to know the relationship with the children's father. How is that right now?
It was good. We had a fantastic co-parenting relationship up until about a year ago, where he met his new partner. Like, every other partner has been fantastic. But this new one, I don't know what went wrong, but he now hasn't seen his children for over 12 months. So
Let me ask you this. Let me ask you because a lot of people down here in the USA, they talk about this, and I'm pretty much sure you probably tell me this now. Does the new partner have any children?
She's pregnant.
She's pregnant now.
Child.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, with his child.
Because I know a lot of women say, you know, okay, you got your child here, but you take care of this person's child way better than you take care of your own child. You know, I hear that a lot. You know, so wow, dear. I don't know what to say. You know, I wish I knew the words to poof, make all this magic.
I'm not a vengeful person. Like we split up and we had a terrible relationship. He would admit that too. We were great friends, obviously, up until this new partner came in. But I am hoping that changes soon. As I say, you know, a daughter needs their dad and a son needs their dad. And I've never been one to say, you're not seeing your kids, you're not doing this, you're not doing that. It's always been, just let me know if you're going to pick them up from school.
So you are leaving the door open for him to be in the kids' life.
Always. Absolutely. All right. Always have, always will.
All right. I like to hear that. I need to bring you back because I want to know how to, if you got answers to that, you know, how does the child support system works down there in Australia. But we'll say that for another show right now. Other than that, dear, if you want to stay, I could bring you back later. You got some things you got to do. You know, you go ahead and do your thing or whatnot.
My kids are home from school today, so I'm going to go see what they're yelling at each other.
Okay, dear. Black Rose, thank you so much, love. And we'll email each other later, okay?
I'll be in contact via email.
Yeah, I got you.
Awesome.
All right,
you guys.
then.
Have a good day.
You too, dear. You too. Wow.
Bye.
Man, I don't wish they don't know about it. That's the craziest shit I ever heard right there. Jesus Christ. I mean, what the hell, you know? All the way in Australia is the same shit. Pretty much, you know. Jesus Christ. I seen my man Life in the Shot. What's up, brother? We got 24 likes. Can we get up to 30? Then we get up 30, 35, so on and so on. Thank y'all so much for the birthday love. Happy Valentine's Day to each and every last one of y'all. Dog Paul's putting my links in there if you want to donate something, even $1. Hey, I'll take that. You know, I go give me a Twinkie or something, put a candle in it and say it came from the audience because they love me just that much, all right? So hit that cash out, BIGCDT. Just throw $1 up there. It's all good. Or you get the PayPal. Throw $1 up there. You know, show your boy some love. And appreciate to everybody who has done it so far. We're going to get back to my girl Monique here. Where is it? Damn. Why is not letting me unmute your mic? Oh, you gotta do it. Okay, you gotta do it. Okay, you gotta do it.
I'm sorry.
Okay, you know how some of y'all ladies say after hearing her, what y'all be saying? If men can say this, ooh, child.
Yeah.
Ooh, child. Yeah. Oh. Okay, gotcha. Okay, then so we left out with you about the glass over the butt. You heard what she said, and I agree. If that was to happen, then you would see some form of scratches.
See, my son, he was very talkable. Like if something, like he talked. So if something was bothering him or something he did not like, he would tell you. And that's why I just felt like they was coaching him to say different stuff. And y'all was holding it against me. Not even that. Now, he was on medication, true or not. But
what kind of medication was he on?
At first, the first time when I went to court, no offense, but I had a white judge, and she just told me, like, Miss Thomas, don't never ask for help because you see what they doing to you in this courtroom. She was like, they roll you around in the courtroom. She was like, now they don't even know the psychiatrist or the type of medication that he's on.
Mm-hmm.
And she said, and she told them, like, y'all get mad when the goal is for the child to turn back home to their biological mother. But y'all don't even know what type of meds he's on or the psychiatrist. Like she was mad at them. She was pissed.
And this is what the judge was telling you. The judge was telling you this.
Yes.
Okay.
She told me don't ask for help. Don't never ask for help again.